Hi, welcome to the Conversation with Gift Patrick. If you are just joining this show for the first time, I'm your host, Gift Patrick, and today I'm going to be talking about this common phrase we are hearing across social media, news, anyone you speak to. There is one common phrase you hear that associates itself with this global pandemic and lockdown, and that's what I call getting back to normal. Yes, we all are so eager to get back to normal. When you ask anyone and you have a conversation with anyone, what they have to say is, oh my God, I can't wait for things to get back to normal. When I say anyone, including myself, have been guilty of that too. However, I've had time to really think about this term normal and getting back to normal. With everything that has happened, with the amount of time we've had to be alone, to be with our families, to just experience a situation that we've never experienced before, whether in anywhere around the world, the people that experienced this was years ago, that experienced anything close to what we're experiencing now around the globe. It's not just one country, it's just not two countries or two cities. It's the whole world experiencing the same thing at the same time. Technically, the world is on a standstill. How do we go back to normal after that? I've reasoned, I've thought of it, I've imagined, and the answer that keeps coming to me is there is no normal. There's no way we are going back to normal. Even our normal is not going to be normal anymore. And why do you want to go back to normal anyway? There are a lot of people who, before this lockdown, hated their life, hated their jobs, hated their routines. But right now, because we don't have those to lean back on, because we don't have those to rely on, to fall back to, that's the normal we crave. That's the normal we want right now. But look at it on the brighter side. For the first time in the history, the whole world is on a standstill. Have you realized that one of the greatest and the hardest job to do is to do nothing in a situation? When something is going wrong, when you need to react, when you need to go into action, sometimes when it requires you to do nothing and you want to do something, the patience you need to stand still and just like wait for things to pass, for you to pass through this thing and see how the end is going to be, seems to always be one of the most difficult things. I'm talking about patience. Patience, a lot of us have no patience. If you think back, I live in New York. New York is one of the places where people are always moving. If you're on the subway and you don't move aside for someone who is walking on the stairs, they can push you. That is New York for you. And I'm not just saying that because it's peculiar to New York. Of course, we all know New York is a fast-paced city, but everywhere in the world, people have no patience. They have no patience for anybody. They have no patience for their family. They have no patience for their friends. They have no patience for their colleagues. They have no patience for life to manifest, for things that might become bigger in their life, or things that might manifest into even greater things in their life. Because of impatience, they lose sight of that. They want instant gratification. On social media, you see how people want you to like their photos. They want to get that gratification immediately. Nobody has patience to grow their brand or to grow whatever it is they are working on. They want to be the most famous musician today. They want to be the best actors today. They want to be everything that they see on social media today because they have no patience. Are we still talking about getting back to normal? Yes. Stick with me and you'll get what I'm talking about. So one of the lessons that I think I have come to realize here that will never be normal again is the ability to be patient. Is one thing that this process have taught us. Oh, and the second thing that we have also come to learn right now is that a lot of things that we used to think we can't do without, we can actually do without them. But because now some of these things are not available to us, even when we have the money to acquire them, because everyone, the whole world is being locked down and asked to do nothing. But you are surviving. If you look back at your normal 5 months ago, your normal 3 months ago, when everything you would think of, everything you used to feel you needed to survive was right at your fingertip, when you didn't have to be patient or wait for anything because you can snap your finger and you get it, or you can walk across the street and your supermarket is there, your gym is there, your dentist is there, your nail studio is there. All of those facilities that you run on, that you feel you rely on, was there. You didn't have to be patient for anything. You didn't have to wait for anything. You didn't have to think of anything that you rely on and not have it. And you thought all of those things was what you needed to keep going in life, was all you needed to define your success, was all you needed to define happiness. Well, now you know you've always been wrong. You are beautiful with or without it. You are sane with or without your medication. You are smart. You are hardworking. You are all of these things that you are right now, being locked down in your apartment, in your room, in your home, with your family. You love your children when you are with them, and you love them when you are without them. But only this lockdown is teaching you your new norm. You are not going to be normal again, because now you know you have patience. Now you know you can do without those extra things that you thought you can't do without. Because of this lockdown, I personally have learned some of the hardest lessons that I thought I would never have learned in so long in my life. And I'm not alone. I know a lot of you are learning things about yourself, about your spouse, about your children, about your roommate, about your friends that you never knew about them. This is forcing you to learn those things. And how do you go back to normal like that? Why do you even want to go back to normal after all this? A lot of people who never used to appreciate firefighters, who never used to appreciate nurses, and these people who put their lives every day, the doctors that treats you, we're starting to understand how much these people go through, not just for the pandemic, but they go through this every day, with or without the pandemic. Gratitude is another thing we are learning from this lockdown. Why do you want to go back to normal again? The other thing I am also learning is strength. We have so much strength in us that we never always realize. But this lockdown is teaching us how much strength we have. How much strength we have to deal with circumstances that are not familiar with us. This is an unfamiliar circumstance. We never thought we had this. Nobody could plan for this. But we are finding the strength within us. We are finding the wisdom in our head. We are finding we are thinking on our feet. How do we survive this moment in time? That we are going to be telling our friends, our children, our grandchildren, the textbook, the novels, the books and history that will be written after this pandemic is going to be telling the story of what this moment is. Why would you want to go back to normal after that? Something has changed. Something is changing. The question is, what's changing in you? And how do you intend to carry that matter of change after this pandemic? Don't go back to your normal. Don't go back to usual, because the world is never going to be normal again. Don't be stuck in this idea of normality. Something is changing. Something has changed. I hope you are changing with it. I hope you are paying attention to the change in you this period, because you need it once we move away from this period of darkness, this period of this process of fighting the war. And when peace comes, all of the lessons we are learning now, the changes, the patience, the strength we are finding now, the understanding of self and self-worth that we've learned in this period, the love we found, the friendship we've built, the friends we realize are not really friends, can't be normal again. We aren't going back to normal. I know I'm not going back to normal. I'm defining my new norm, and I hope you are. Again, this is a conversation with Gift Patrick. Until my next episode, please pay attention to your change and how you're carrying your mantle of change. And don't forget, my YouTube page is Gift Patrick. Make sure you subscribe for future episodes. And my Instagram page is gift_Patrick_. Until the next time, please stay home and stay safe. I'll talk to you soon in my next episode. Be blessed.